Hey, sorry about that. Someone came in and unlocked my door and just kind of walked in. So, uh, yeah. Let's go ahead and finish this problem, though. Uh, okay. So here I found the minimum, I swear. There we go. Negative 2.2 comma negative 8.5. Which, negative 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be like there-ish, going off the page. It looks like it goes through negative 1 and negative 3. It just kind of goes through here, down there, comes back up, and up like that. If you look at this, there's no relative maxes here. It never actually loops down, so I'm just going to write none, like so. The only thing that is left, and yes, I am so sorry you have to do this, but I'm not sorry at all because after, I'm the one making you do it. It turns out there's more zeros. Now, they are not going to be real zeros. As you can see, it only goes through these two. Those are the two real zeros. But we are still going to make you find the imaginary ones. And the way you do that is through synthetic division. These numbers were 1, 4, 7, 16, and 12. And you can choose either negative 1 or negative 3. It doesn't matter because you'll eventually do both. I'll just do negative 1 since that's the one I wrote first. If you have forgotten how to do synthetic division, then you can walk through. If you somewhat remember, I suggest pausing and seeing if you can do it yourself. First step is to drop the 1. Negative 1 times, because you always multiply and add. That's the pattern. So multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. And there's that 0 we were looking for. So cha-ching, negative 1 works. And then you can just do it all again with negative 3. So pause the video, see if you can do that. Drop down the 1, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. So you get this. And you always do this down until you get 3 numbers, because we are going to use those numbers for the quadratic formula, where this is A, this is B, and this is C. Which, I'm running out of space, so I'll just go up here. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. But b is 0, so it's just going to be 0 plus or minus. B is 0 again, so you get 0 minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. So there it is, plugging in 1 for a, plugging in 4 for C, and 0 for B. So 0 is just 0, you don't need to put it. 0 minus 4 times 1 times 4. 4 times 1 is 4, times 4 is 16, so you get negative 16 over 2. This is simplifiable. First of all, since it is negative, you can turn it positive and put an I in front. So you get plus or minus I root 16 over 2. And next, you can actually take the square root of 16. Please make sure you are doing radicals before simplifying. I have some people who divide these right away. You can't do that. This is a radical. This is a whole number. You cannot simplify radicals with whole numbers. Radical over radical, like if this was a root 2, you could simplify. If this was a 16, not a root 16, you could simplify. But you can't mix and match roots and non-roots. But luckily in this case, you can take the square root of 16. It's exactly 4. So you get plus or minus 4i over 2, which is 2i. So I'll go over here and I'll put plus or minus 2i. And that is all 4 zeros. Now, this doesn't have a multiplicity because it doesn't go through the axis at all. But those are all technically 4 answers. Negative 3, -1, 2i, and -2i. So there are 4 answers that you can see here, which matches the fact that this is a 4th degree polynomial. But anyways, that's that. Next and last video will be on the back, which is writing out the zeros in 2-factored form and standard form. And that's it. Have a good one.